Haaland also getting a lot of praise in Spain as well. Front page of both AS and Marca. Marca going with Silent Hero as we welcome Sid Lowe to the show. Sid, even this was normal circumstances, a youngster performing at this sort of level would still very much grab the attention of Spain because they're going to be inevitably linked to a move to Barcelona or Real Madrid.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. It is entirely inevitable. So of course, as you rightly say, we have the focus on Haaland yesterday because the whole of the country, well, I say the whole of the country, everyone who's a football fan in Spain was desperate to see some football. So there was a real kind of profile for the Bundesliga yesterday. But in particular with Haaland, you're right. Even if Spain was playing, there would be focus on him, and with inevitability. You take, for example, AS, and the front two pages are dedicated to that game, but then the third page is dedicated specifically to him, and it describes yesterday's performance, which you and me would have thought was just a normal German game, was actually apparently the audition for a job at Real Madrid.
Exactly, because no one had ever heard of him before yesterday, so it's Real Madrid that he's going to go to, Sid? That's done and dusted?
Yeah, absolutely, all done. I mean, these transfer rumours, particularly at this stage with everything that's going on, are so meaningful at the moment. And one good performance and suddenly he's in line. Now, look, of course, there's been a lot of excitement about him anyway, but that will be magnified now over the next few weeks as we watch German football and we don't watch Spanish football. And I think there is a sense that although he's gone to Dortmund and clearly has a career path mapped out, that he's young enough that he's the kind of player that could still turn up at Real Madrid. Maybe not necessarily this summer, maybe not the summer after, but at some point, which of course gloriously means we can have these kind of headlines and these kind of stories, for the best part of 2 or 3 years.
And of course, inevitably, I have to ask you, which one would he more likely be going to?
I don't know. I mean, look, I suppose stylistically you would say he may well be a player that suits Real Madrid more than Barcelona. It may well be the kind of signing that suits Real Madrid more than Barcelona. But look, genuinely, I have no idea. And we just don't know what kind of impact, obviously, this whole coronavirus crisis is going to have, what kind of mindset these clubs are going to have in terms of the transfer targets and so on. And given that Barcelona will almost certainly sign Lautaro Martinez this summer, then of course you would think, wouldn't you, that the big number 9 signing is done for them for a good few years.
So you would think. Meanwhile, of course, Spain on track to return to action in mid-June, Sid, and it's going to be back with a bang. Literally games every single day seems to be the plan, and some of them very late indeed because of the summer temperatures.
Yeah, I mean, so for example, we're expecting tonight La Liga to announce that clubs will be able to go back to a 10 or go to 10-man training tomorrow. So in other words, obviously that's a step up in this process. They want to start the league if they possibly can on the 12th of June, and they're starting to feel more and more optimistic that that's possible, although the Players' Union would like a little bit more of preparation time. And then, as you say, they've suggested that they will play every single game throughout this period. And although they haven't actually talked about kick-off times explicitly yet, of course we all know this, because we know that once you get into May, and obviously we're going to be well beyond May by the time we start. Once you get into May in a normal season, La Liga is already pushing games back. When you play games at the start of the season in August, games are kicking off at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night sometimes. And it's worth stressing this. It is genuinely very, very hot indeed in Seville in the summer, for example, down in Andalusia. And so I think it's only logical to assume that we will see a lot of games kick off very late indeed.
Of course, reticence about getting football back. Did what we see this weekend in Germany help persuade people maybe who are against it, do you think?
It's very difficult to tell. I mean, I feel like everybody enjoyed the fact that football was back. I feel like everybody feels like this is a step in the right direction. And also, of course, and obviously Spain is not the only country doing this. I'm sure that England is thinking the same. People are watching Germany now to think, well, we'll kind of, we'll send the Germans out there and we'll watch them and we'll come in behind them 2 or 3 weeks behind and see if the steps that they're making are working, whether that means that we can keep going. And I think it has won some people over. Of course, look, there's been the discussion here about how strange it felt, how for some people this isn't really football without fans. It doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel right. But I think most people in Spain, even those football fans who are vociferously against it, probably recognise now that it will come back. It will come back without fans. And no, that's not right. It's not perfect. It doesn't feel good. But it's better than there being no football. And so I think this will make Javier Tebas, the president of the league, who is bullish anyway, even more bullish. And you know, Germany has been watched very, very closely from Spain at all levels, at fan level, but also at institutional level.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.